Just to kind of recap, we did the handle and we've got them sort of pushed in, these guys, inside. So what we're going to do now is export this over to um, Substance Painter. But something to note is when we turn on our uh, grid, like our UV cubes or checker pattern, notice that these are not that much smaller, the size of these cubes here, versus the one on the briefcase. So there's not going to be that much distortion. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do File, Export All. Make sure FBX is selected. I'm just going to write over that exact same suitcase. Now back in Substance Painter, I want you to notice what happens when I go to Edit, Project Configuration, and then I select that same suitcase, and I hit OK. It reapplies the texture. Oh, it looks like my handle's on a separate one, so let's jump back into mine and reapply. Alright, so I'm going to right click, go to Assign Existing Materials Suitcase, and now it's across the entire object. So back in Substance, I'm going to go to Edit, Project Configuration, and I'm going to select that suitcase again. And you can see that it applied it. Now, there's a couple things. We're not seeing that same wear. So you have to always go back and hit Bake Textures, and then just rebake everything again. And then you'll see it'll update inside the view. So now you can see that we have a little bit of wear. Our edges are starting to show through. And also we have this weird little stain running around this way. And the reason for that is the edges are being affected by a curvature map, but the area around here is being affected by our ambient occlusion. So notice that there's shadows in the, I think if I go to textures, we can bring that up a little bit better to see that. There we go. Notice that in our ambient occlusion, there's shadow information that's on the side there. So if we go back to our mask editor and we go under ambient occlusion and I increase the size of this, right? Let's drop this down a little bit. I can invert this on and off. You'll notice what is being affected, right? So here's the balance of our ambient occlusion. As I begin to expand that, you can see anywhere that has ambient occlusion is going to show more wear. We can increase our